200 times stronger than steel, thinner than a single atom. And China just cut its production cost by 73% in 2 years. This isn't science fiction, it's called graphene. And while the rest of the world is still calling it the material of the future, China has already started mass producing it today. In this video, we're breaking down why, and why it could change chips, batteries, and even the phone in your pocket.
Graphene is a sheet of carbon just 1 atom thick, arranged in a honeycomb pattern. It was first isolated in 2004 by 2 scientists in the UK, who later won the Nobel Prize in Physics for it. What makes graphene special isn't just one property, it's the combination. It's incredibly strong, extremely light, conducts electricity and heat better than almost anything else, and it's nearly transparent. Finding all of that in one material is rare.
For years, the real problem wasn't graphene's potential, it was figuring out how to produce it at scale, cheaply. And that's exactly where China stepped in and took control, not just of the technology, but of the entire supply chain, from raw material to finished product.
China currently holds more than 50,000 graphene-related patents, the most in the world. It also produces around half of the world's graphene supply. Part of the reason, China also controls most of the world's battery-grade graphite, the raw material graphene is made from. So this isn't just about production technology, it's about who controls the entire chain from the ground up.
Since 2013, an industrial zone in Chongqing has been mass-producing single-layer graphene sheets with a capacity of millions of square meters a year, originally for touchscreens and flexible displays. From there, the industry expanded into dedicated graphene industrial parks across other Chinese cities. But controlling the supply chain alone isn't enough to make graphene go mainstream. There's one more number that matters even more.
The clearest sign a material is ready for mass use. Watch the price. CVD graphene dropped from around $45 per square meter in 2023 to about $12 today. That's a 73% drop in just 2 years. Why does this matter? Because price has always been graphene's biggest barrier to leaving the lab. And once the price falls this fast, industries start using it in real products, including the hardest one of all, computer chips. This is the part that surprised a lot of engineers. A joint China-US research team created a stable graphene semiconductor. Its performance is claimed to be 10 times higher than silicon, dozens of times better than other 2D materials ever tested.
Why does this matter? Pure graphene is too plain to work as a chip. It needs something called a band gap, basically an on-off switch that lets a transistor work. For years, graphene didn't have one. Now it does.
That's not all. A separate Chinese team also built a graphene-based flash memory chip, claimed to be one of the fastest ever made. If it can be mass-produced, it could replace the ultra-fast memory cache used in AI chips, using far less space and power. But chips are just one battlefield. There's another one much closer to your everyday life, and it might be the most surprising part of all.
One of the applications China is chasing hardest is graphene-based batteries, especially for electric vehicles.
Several Chinese companies are developing graphene slurry, graphene coatings, and full battery cell prototypes for commercial use. Industry claims suggest graphene-enhanced lithium-sulfur batteries could reach more than double the energy density of today's regular lithium-ion batteries. One major Chinese energy company has even built a 100-megawatt charging station, one of the largest EV charging setups in the world, built specifically for heavy vehicles like electric trucks that need fast charging and high capacity. Now, here's the interesting part. Some of this isn't just a future plan. A few of these products are already on the market today. Some graphene-based products are already sold to consumers in China right now, not just tested in labs. Graphene-based radiators claim to heat a room in just seconds. Textile products with a graphene coating claim to have strong antibacterial effects. Graphene copper composite materials for new energy applications announced as ready for mass production at room temperature. A big technical win, since most graphene processes used to require expensive, hard-to-control conditions. Production of 8-inch graphene wafers, a key step toward fitting graphene into standard chip manufacturing lines.
Sounds impressive, right? But before you get too excited, there are a few things worth knowing. The real limitations. Let's be honest about the gaps here too.
Most graphene applications in China are still in prototype or limited scale production, not full mass production like today's regular lithium-ion batteries. Performance claims from industry, like battery energy density, often come from company announcements, not always from independently verified studies.
This is a method that's labor-intensive and very slow in production. It's not scalable. You have no control of the quality and size of the graphene samples.
So they should be taken with some caution, not as confirmed fact. The West is still competitive in basic research, with institutions like MIT and several US startups working on similar technology, even though they're behind China on production scale and supply chain control. Quality consistency between manufacturers is still a real technical challenge, especially for high-precision uses like chips. Graphene spent almost 2 decades as a material of the future stuck in the lab. What changed wasn't the material itself, it was who finally figured out how to bring the production cost down low enough to make it commercially useful.
And today, China holds a combination almost no other country has: control over the raw materials, the largest production capacity, the most patents, and an industry willing to keep pushing prices down.
The question now isn't will graphene matter, it's who will control the supply chain once the whole world needs this material at scale.